Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing a review on the LG XBOOM Mini. New speaker from LG. They're still saying that these are produced in collaboration with will.i.am, which I never really liked or made any difference to me, but they're still saying it like a year on from the first two, which they said that with, which were actually quite trash as well. So hopefully they got a bit better, but yeah, supposedly still developed with will.i.am. Clearly a contender, or another kind of contender to the JBL Go series. Quite a nice design actually. It's very simple, obviously. Like I say nice design, I mean it's very minimalistic and it's very clean. It's got the, it's effectively a black square with a kind of grill stuck on the front with the XBOOM logo, and then a kind of wheel on the right for the volume, and some buttons around the outside for playback modes and things. But it's obviously very, very, very simple. It does come with a strap in the box as well, so you can kind of strap it onto things. But yeah, there's not a lot going on design-wise. There never really is with these speakers, clearly. It's £40, so about the same as the JBL Go. Kind of sounds like a lot when you actually look at the speaker you're getting here. I mean, this thing is literally like the size of my finger. Like, it's really small. It's not a lot of speaker for your money, but they manage to cram quite a lot of features into these. So it's got one 1.75-inch woofer in the middle and one passive radiator, which is kind of interesting. They don't normally have passive radiators, so I do like that. We've got a woofer and a passive radiator. Obviously, we do have a woofer doing everything, so we've got a woofer doing bass, mids, and highs. So it's always going to sound a little bit cack because of that, but hey-ho. It's got a 5-watt RMS output, so I think a little bit smaller than the other LG thing we reviewed recently. I don't know if it's called the Rock or something like that. So yeah, a little bit less than that. I think that had 8 or 10. It's 10 hours playtime at 50% volume, which I feel like is a little bit subpar these days. I think even the JBL Go has quite a bit more than that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 10 hours, at 50% volume as well, which is not very high on this, obviously, because it's 5 watts. So you're probably going to be playing it like 80 to 100% volume, which means you're going to get like maybe 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, kind of fairly poor battery life in my opinion. And 3 hours to charge it as well also sounds like a lot if you're getting 4 or 5 hours, 3 to 5 hours of battery life, and then it takes 3 hours to charge it. Quite a lot of downtime there as well. So doesn't look too impressive on the battery side. Obviously it is small, so it can't have a massive battery, but yeah. It's got a sound field enhance mode you can turn on. There's a button for it on the top, I believe, or there's the option in the app, which will just boost the mids to highs, with the mid to high frequencies when you're outdoor. So it's just meant to make it sound a little bit, because the bass outside, especially with a speaker this small, isn't going to be feeling like a lot. So it's effectively a mode just to boost the bits that the speaker can do better, so that it sounds a little bit louder outdoor. So yeah, sound field enhance mode, or effectively just outdoor mode to everyone else with a normal brain. AI sound adjust EQ as well. There's a lot of AI stuff going on here. I don't normally like when they just use kind of AI buzzwords everywhere. But yeah, AI sound adjust EQ, so it just obviously means it will adjust its EQ depending on the room it's in, things like that. Nice to have, but I'm not quite sure how much it's really doing in the real world. Bluetooth 5.4, which is also slightly poor considering it did just come out, and we're, like the Philips things I just reviewed, which aren't, I would probably say are a less popular speaker brand than LG at near this XBOOM range. They're running Bluetooth 6, so 5.4 is interesting. I mean, realistically, you're probably not going to notice, but not quite the current version of Bluetooth, which is interesting. It does have Auracast though, so that's nice. Can't complain about that. IP67 as well, as you'd expect. So it's effectively dust and water resistant, proof even. Sorry, so you can do what you want with this. It's going to be fine. I imagine it takes drops very well as well because it's fairly ruggedly built. It's got that My button at the top, which is that heart button, and you can press it and it will you can choose preset content to play, so you can play your Spotify playlist or something like that. Obviously useful to have. And it can actually play lossless through the USB-C as well. Lots of speakers are doing this these days, like lossless playback through the USB-C port, which is kind of strange because I'm not quite sure who would be bothered about listening to lossless music on a 5-watt speaker, because you're never going to get, a 5-watt speaker with one woofer. Doesn't matter if you're playing lossless or not. You're still going to be losing a lot of the sound because you've only got one woofer. So it's, yeah, I mean, interesting. I don't know. Let me know if I'm alone there, let me know if that's a feature that you would ever use on a speaker like this. And finally, it weighs 0.22 kilos, 220 grams, so very, very, very light. You could stick it in your pocket. You'd probably never know it was even there. And that's obviously where this speaker shines, is it's, just 10 out of 10 for portability. It's, it doesn't get much better than this. But obviously, none of that means anything unless it sounds all right. So we'll play a sound test, royalty at 80% volume, and we'll speak about it afterwards.
They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me royalty.
So, sound test over. It's quite a quiet speaker, actually. I mean, I know it's small, but it's quieter than I expected when I first saw it, or first kind of just, like looked at it effectively on the website even. Yeah, I mean, we were getting kind of like high 80s in the decibels, and the decibel reader is obviously like next to it or pretty much inside it. And if you look at the frequency chart, we're seeing, I think, kind of what we'd expect. We're getting drop off at like 60 hertz for the bass, which is fairly poor. And then we're seeing quite a lot of drop off in the high, the treble there, because we've only got one woofer, and we're getting high frequency, like complete drop off at about 15,000 hertz, which is, again, unfortunately poor. There isn't really much more to say about it than it's just a bit poor. The JBL Go series does perform better than this across the board, for sure, especially in the bass area. I mean, that's expected because LG are that's just how LG speakers are. They do tend to be clearer than JBL, as in like the vocals are just a bit more, it sounds like they're in the room with you a bit clearer. Yeah, that's just kind of always how LG speakers have been. And this one does continue that trend. I think the vocals are a little bit clearer than the JBL, but the thing with these speakers, because they're so small, they always lack bass. And the JBL does a really good job at somehow creating actually a surprise. I remember being surprised by how good the bass was for its size. And with this, I was kind of the opposite. I was surprised with because I was expecting it to compete with that, I was surprised by how poor it was, basically. And being quite quiet as well. I think, it depends on what music you like to listen to effectively. If you don't like bass heavy music at all, then this is a fine buy for this kind of speaker. If you prefer bassy stuff, then the JBL is definitely the better bet, because it's got at least double the bass of this, maybe even 3 times. And yeah, that's kind of it, really. It's not terrible. It's just really, really, really bang on average. And there's nothing kind of screaming at me that says this is what I'll probably sell the speaker and forget I ever had it type thing. It's there. It's not great. It does its thing. I would go for the JBL because I prefer the design personally. That's obviously a complete personal thing. And I like bass, and the bass is much stronger. So I would go for the JBL for that reason if I had to choose either of these speakers. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you really. Depends what music you like to listen to, but I think it's a very average speaker. There's not a lot, you know, people aren't going to be asking about it. Let's put it that way. It's you know, fairly boring, and it does sound how it looks, unfortunately. But that's what you're getting when you spend 40 quid. So, you know, let me know, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's a little bit poor? I mean, not only for the audio, I think there's other specs. You know, the battery life is a little bit poor as well. The Bluetooth version isn't great. So I don't know. There's a couple red flags for me here. But what do you think? Do you agree, or do you think I'm just an LG hater? I don't know. Let me know.